So, about a couple years ago, I was with my best friend Casey, and it was around Halloween time, and we really wanted to make something like Halloween, I don't know. And so we decided to make something that her grandmother had shown her like a couple years ago, and they're pumpkin butterscotch muffins, and I've never heard of it, and I'm not really a fan of butterscotch, but I was like, all right, let's do it. So then we decided to make these, and ever since then, I've become obsessed, and this has been a thing for years now. I make them during Thanksgiving for my family, and I make them for other people, and I don't have any negative, results. Everyone loves them. So today I'm going to demonstrate to you guys how to make a pumpkin butterscotch muffin. So in order to properly make pumpkin butterscotch muffins, you need to have the proper materials, the ingredients, and the skills to be able to put it all together. So, materials. I'm using a cupcake pan because it's easier with cleanup, because if you use like a loaf pan or like a bundt pan or like something like that, like you're gonna have to like clean all that up. But you could do this. You could make like a pumpkin butterscotch like cake. Like this recipe works for everything. You're gonna need a stainless steel bowl, well, any bowl. I'm using a whisk. I'm using the Krusteaz pumpkin spice muffin mix. So any pumpkin spice mix at Publix works, but this is the one that I use. And then you need a measuring cup, a bowl, a spoon, and as for materials, like you're good. Moving forward, you need, like ingredients wise, you're gonna need a can of pureed pumpkin, or here's an idea. If you make jack-o'-lanterns or anything, if you carve a pumpkin, you can boil the pumpkin that's left over, and then you have pureed pumpkin like right there. So you need that. You need eggs. You can go to Publix and get butterscotch chips, or you need butterscotch chips. You need vegetable oil, water, and that's about it. Lately, this is actually recent, I add cinnamon to it, and it makes it taste really, really good. So, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to make these pumpkin butterscotch muffins. This recipe calls for 2/3 cup of water, 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, and 1 egg. So, I'm gonna crack the egg now. So, just some fun facts about pumpkins. The jack-o'-lantern actually started in Ireland, and back then, according to history.com, they say this, and back then, they wouldn't use actual pumpkins. They used potatoes and turnips. But now I'm going to open the mix. So once you have all your materials and you have everything laid out, you're going to place the egg, the oil, and the water in the bowl, and you're going to stir it until the mix isn't bumpy, because you don't want your mix to be bumpy. So we need 2/3 cup of water. And we need 1/3 cup of vegetable oil. Presentation is really important when making these muffins, because after they're done, you're going to need to set a timer on your phone, and they're going to need to cook, and they're going to need to cool for like 15 minutes. So after the mix is done and there's no bumps in it or anything, you're going to place the cupcake, the little cupcake things, and you don't have to use this. You can use Pam and put it in the cupcake sheet, and then you're going to put the mix in. Now when you put the mix in, you're going to have to add like 5 butterscotch chips, 5, because you don't want to make them like too sweet, to each muffin, and then you're going to use a spoon and you're going to stir it in there. So after that's done, then you're good. And after the muffins cool for 15 minutes, then you're good. So I hope I've demonstrated to you guys how to make pumpkin butterscotch muffins. The end.